Sunday, everybody. Figured I'd put out a little forecast here since we do have a system heading our way. It's really the first decent system of the year. We've had a little bit of rain here and there, but this one certainly will be the most significant rainfall so far this fall. It's early, yes, but we do generally get rain on average in October. That means, by the way, when you say on average, that means some years we probably don't get anything. In other years, we actually could get significant rain in October. This will also produce some snow. So the National Weather Service, yes, has out the winter storm watches and winter storm warnings. So, if you're going up on 50 or 80 tomorrow, especially tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, of course, because sun still plays a factor during the daytime, with these early season systems. The air mass is cold enough for snow, but it'll have a hard time sticking on the relatively warm surfaces of the roads right now. But again, as you go into tomorrow night, I think roads could become a little tricky over Donner Summit. So have chains, be ready. Winter is arriving. Basically tomorrow, these winter storm watches / winter storm warnings go up tomorrow afternoon for the most part, and we'll go through Wednesday morning. So it'll be somewhat of a prolonged event. And they could see, 3 to 6, 6 to 12 inches of snow. Higher peaks could see, in some cases, maybe 12 to 15 or 18 inches up on the highest peak. So snow level is probably going to be between about 6,000 and 7,000 feet, kind of fluctuating a bit during the storm system. But again, a heads up, right? So this is the first time we're really seeing some snow. Let's take a look at the visible satellite imagery here. You can obviously see, and you see dark there. That's because the sun wasn't up. But you can see this trough. This is that area of low pressure that is starting to develop. It will bring some cooler air down. So we will certainly see a bit of a cool down over the next couple of days, and we are expecting some wet weather. So we're looking out over the Pacific right now. This is infrared satellite imagery. And if you're looking at all of this, where you see the brighter colors, that's where the higher cloud tops are, and that's generally where your rain is going to be. Now, this is what it looks like in the atmosphere. It's almost like that sine wave. If you've taken a bunch of math courses, you'll see this. So it's this high pressure area here, and then low pressure again developing right here off the coast. So this is not a massive system, but it is going to be close to us, and in fact may come right over the Bay Area, which will bring us some cool air and some moisture in the form of showers. So that's all good stuff, right? Because we're still in fire season, certainly, and getting some rain this time of year is just so great. And we've actually been in a pretty good pattern all summer long. It's been relatively cool most of the time. We've had a few little spits of rain. You can see this trough, by the way, digging in, right? So you can see this carving out, so to speak, of the atmosphere, right? It looks like a kind of a smiley face. That is a dip in the atmosphere, or a hole, a trough, whatever you want to call it. It allows systems to fall down into it. We are down here. Obviously, there's the Bay Area and the Central Coast. So beautiful Sunday. Definitely get out and enjoy that. We'll go right to the models, right? Because everyone wants to know when and how much. So here we are. It's basically today we are not seeing anything in terms of rainfall. And your times are up here, and I know folks are going to look at that and go, I don't understand. 21Z Sunday. We are in Zulu time. You might look that up on the internet, and we are -7 from Zulu time right now, this time of year. So you got to subtract 7 hours. Either way, I'll do the math for you. This is very early Monday morning before the commute. There might be some mist and drizzle that start up, but not expecting a whole lot of that. The bulk of what comes through looks to be, midday to the evening hours tomorrow. So this is like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So, your evening commute tomorrow certainly looks like it should be wet. And there could be some light to moderate rain coming through. So, check the wiper blades, right? Sunday afternoon, you could get some new wiper blades. Make sure the tires are getting up to snuff. And if you haven't done, if you really ball tires and you're going, I was waiting until the rainy season sort of starts. Well, it's starting tomorrow. So it might be something to put on the list. There's the frontal boundary, and you can see there's certainly a back edge to this here. And this is only one model, right? This is the sort of shorter range model. It's called the NAM, the North American model. And, we look at a series of these to kind of figure out exactly what's going to happen here. So this is overnight into Monday night into Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, a lot of this is out. Now, there'll probably still be some scattered showers. the area of low pressure, and you can kind of see it looks like this, right? You can see the wind arrows are counterclockwise, and this is the area of low pressure. So we'll be more or less right over the central coast, which is going to fire up some snow and is going to fire up some showers probably into Tuesday afternoon, but then we more widely scattered at that point. And we'll take a look at another model. This is the GFS. This is a longer range model. You can see the northwesterly winds along the coast right now. No precip. Again, it's doing the same kind of deal here where the precip looks to be coming in tomorrow morning. So there could be some wet for the morning commute tomorrow and certainly wet throughout the day. And here we go into the overnight period, basically tomorrow night, so Monday night into Tuesday morning. And again, you can still see that sort of comma-shaped cloud pattern, right? That is low pressure, again, over us, over Central California. And in fact, look at this, rain down to Santa Barbara and probably Los Angeles. I mean, shoot, October, gangbusters. They didn't get rain really in Southern California. I mean, they've had some tropical moisture, yes, early this season. And I was just down in San Diego yesterday and for a few days for my stepson's graduation from Marines boot camp. So yeah, amazing experience with that. So Southern California getting some rain out of a North Pacific cold front or area of low pressure this time of year is a bit rare. And last year they really didn't get rain until March, really. Remember they had the fires in December and January? So this could be really helpful going forward. So really hoping that that's the case in terms of getting rain, not only here, but further south. And you can see it gets all the way, a little bit left in San Diego on Tuesday night, and still some showers off to our east and our northeast. I'm going to go forward in time. So then you get into later, by Thursday, we're completely done. Really, I think Tuesday night, this thing's done. So Wednesday, Thursday are dry. Friday's dry. Next weekend looks dry. We're going out into the, what we call the uber long range here. This is Monday, October 20th, maybe another front. So maybe this is a series of systems coming through. The pattern looks good for more moisture. This, of course, will mean, more snow in the Sierra, potentially. Again, this is pretty far out. This is like 10 days out. So we will see exactly how this plays out. But at least there is another system potentially on the map here. And that'll be really great. And then we'll go a little further out even, because there's something in the really, fantasy land that I saw. This will change a lot. But another system maybe later in the month. It's just active. It's just really active, right? And that is great. That means fire season, hopefully, we put a major damper on it, Monday, Tuesday, and maybe, certainly in Northern California, the Pacific Northwest, the fire season will be all said and done. And I'm probably hoping it's done here too, but an inch really isn't enough to call it. Really need like 2-3 inches. So let's see how much, we might get here. I'm just going to roll this through, and this is our system basically from Monday to Tuesday. So you see some spots here, half an inch, we'll zoom in. This is not going to do the greatest job in terms of where we're shadowed and the mountains and stuff, but half an inch to an inch along the coast seems pretty reasonable here, and more up in the hills. You'll also notice again that it gets down into Southern California. So how great is that, right? So we're looking at some moisture even in Southern California, an inch down maybe from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles. That would be huge. I mean, they obviously don't average the kind of rainfall we do up here. So an inch for them is like, I would say like 3 inches for us. So that's pretty awesome. We'll look at the other models in terms of figuring out the rainfall. As we said, that 1 inch sort of thing going, and it's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. So we'll put this into motion here. If I can get it to go into motion. How I remember when the clicker would screw with me on TV? Well, we're getting a little bit of that, right? It's showing the same thing, I can tell you that. And then this is from the National Weather Service, right? So this is basically what they're calling for. And I agree with that. I don't always agree with everything, that they put out, but, they're great. They're doing this 24/7, 365. And yes, they are still working even with the government shutdown. So 1 to 2 inches of rain for lower elevations. I like that. And maybe 1 to 3 for the higher peaks, especially in Big Sur. So good stuff, all good stuff. Let's hope that we do get this and or the higher end of this, because again, for fire season, that would be fantastic. In terms of snowfall, you can see here we got some snowfall, right? So I will just zoom in here, just because it's fun for kicks and giggles, right? Just to kind of see what we've got. And you can see there's some decent totals here. You know, we might not get all of this, but we'll take what we can get, and we'll enjoy the rain. I'm really looking forward to it. So we'll see how it plays out. And, you know, if things start to change drastically, I will certainly do another update either late tonight and certainly tomorrow morning. So again, just heads up, some rain for the morning commute, much more likely for the afternoon and evening commutes. Take it easy, leave yourself a little extra time. Don't forget a lot of oils on the roads, so they will be slick if you're traveling over some of the passes locally. Do be aware of that, and be prepared for some winter weather up in this area. Good to see everybody, and we'll see you again real soon.